We are honoring 4 people here tonight, and of course, Ahmed is the host of Q105's Global Village program every Sunday at 5 and 10 o'clock, and this is our 3rd anniversary of the program, so a round of applause for Global Village as well. Is it 4 years? John, you gave me the wrong information. We've got some special words from very special people, and I'd like to call up Molly Douglas, the Reeve of the County of Newell, to say a few words on behalf of our honored people.
Thank you, Steve. I just shoved a bunch of food in my mouth. And when you get as old as I am, you need to be careful that you don't choke or something, so I'll have to swallow a bit here.
I'll save you, Molly. Go ahead.
Thanks, Steve. And thank you, Ahmed, for bringing us all together here tonight, and everyone else who had a part of doing that. And I know that Miss Lisa and Mr. Jeff at the city office certainly did. Not Jeff, the husband. He's at the county office, right? So there was a different Jeff. It is Jeff, right? Yes, right, that was involved. So we appreciate the work of the city staff for doing that. Ahmed, you are quite an interesting fellow who tries to teach us a great deal about many things in our world that we are familiar with and not always so familiar with. And I love when I visit with Ahmed because some of the comments he has as an immigrant are just so interesting. And I loved when he said we need to teach about volunteerism a lot more in our world. And we who have always lived in small communities know that volunteerism is what keeps us together, keeps us going, and without it, I really wonder if we'd have any of our smaller communities in particular. And of course, volunteerism is alive and well in big cities as well. So thank you, Ahmed, for all that you do for our community, and thank you for bringing us all together here tonight, and with food and a drink or two. It's all so nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Now I'd like to call up to the podium the man who has more money now because of the bandits. $30,000 to be exact. I think his wife's got most of it, though. Our fine mayor, Mr. Shields.
Evening, and that's why you have friends to draw your name out of the barrel, right?
It wasn't bad, 15% cut. It was great.
Yeah, that's all right, works well. Of course, some of you know that in the afternoon we were at Boston Pizza together with the Adams hockey team joking about the drawing and people telling him to pull their name out. So when he pulls the name out down there in the arena and is reading it going, oh, geez, this is the mayor. And when he reads my name, he says, Steve, you can't joke with that kind of thing. This is serious. And then, oh, he is serious. Anyways, great to have you here emceeing tonight, Steve. The media in our community does a tremendous job of covering events, and we really appreciate stepping up to do those things. And Shaw TV, one of the things that Ahmed does, where'd Ahmed go?
I think he might be taking a phone call.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is his wife here yet?
Yeah, she's here, right here.
Must be his girlfriend then.
So I'll talk about Ahmed's family and his wife back there. I mean, she's a very humble person, but I'll tell you, without her, Ahmed wouldn't be much, I'll tell you. She is such a strength in that home. She's a tremendous person in our community, raising a family here, 2 girls and a son. And you have, where are you? Are you just about finished your nursing training this spring through the college system here? So that's the kind of thing that we really appreciate, coming into a new country, coming into our communities, taking advantage of those educational opportunities, stepping out there. And so I'm talking about your wife, Ahmed, as being the strength in your household, by the way. So I know she's shy and humble person, but you really have to recognize what she does, because Ahmed's out there running us all over the country to do things, and you know she's holding up the household, as well as taking a university program. But the one thing that Ahmed does with Shaw is he gets a number of us to go down to Medicine Hat and videotape a show, which is on Shaw, which is an excellent thing that he does on his own time. Shaw, really appreciate the cooperation of that for our community and doing things and coming out to our community, so that's really good. If you haven't experienced Ahmed's sense of humor, he has such a wry sense of humor that sometimes us Canadians, us white guys, sort of miss it sometimes. But he's got an incredible sense of humor, and you got to be careful when he's talking, because he's very good at putting in those few words that are really, really interesting when he says things. So really appreciate your sense of humor and commitment to the community. So that's great, Ahmed. Now, to the unsung heroes in our community. As somebody says, well, that's obviously something you're speaking at, because it's unsung, you can't sing, so it's a good one. So to those people in our community that are out there doing great things, it's fantastic. We had the Chancellor of the U of A in our community here recently, and he spoke with the Premier the next day, and some of us were at an immigration conference in Calgary the following day. The Premier gets up, and what does she start talking about? Brooks. Because the Chancellor thought he was coming to this small agricultural rural community, and he found a whole different world here. He found a significant world that he didn't know existed outside the major metropolitan areas. And it's great to be in a room where the Premier first starts talking about Brooks at a conference, so that was great. And that's what it is about our community. It is unique. People are recognizing that beyond our borders, and that goes to what Ahmed's doing here with the Unsung Heroes and what he's Stevie's show. So we really appreciate it. Really appreciate the work they do. And thank you for organizing that. Let's have a great night. Thank you. Oh yeah, the Bandits are going to win tonight, right?
Our MLA, Jason Hale, is going to be calling very shortly, but I'm going to move on just a little bit quicker before he does call. And I do want to call up, of course, our very first recipient of the Unsung Hero Award. And the first name I have on the list here is Florence. I met Florence earlier. She's been heavily involved in the Environmental Advisory Committee since she began. And when it began, she's the one that put it all together. She serves as the chairperson now, and she's involved in the community as a volunteer each and every weekend, every day of the year. And we're so very proud of you. So if you could say a few words, congratulations.
Thank you, and to...
If you could come to the front and say a few words. Oh, there you are. Have you had enough to drink?
He must not know me very well, because I can talk for hours without drinking. I don't have anything, obviously, planned to say. I just want to say thank you to Ahmed for everything you do, and this is really humbling because there are a number of people in this room that I really look up to in terms of the service that they provide to our region. So thank you to everyone for all the things that you do as well. So thanks.
Our third recipient tonight, she gave me a bio of 14 pages, and I decided to narrow it down to about 3 small paragraphs. She's lived in Brooks for 25 years. She's a wonderful mother of 3, and she has a very wonderful husband. And she decided to go to work with her husband, believe it or not, they're still married, at Lakeside. And she stayed there as the assistant health and safety coordinator, and then said, I need a bigger challenge. So she moved up to the manager position, did that for about 10 years. And then she wanted a new challenge. So Sherry is now the corporate safety service manager of Brooks and the County of Newell. And this year is her 6th anniversary. So a round of applause for Sherry for her 6th anniversary. Now, Sherry's in a studio that her daughter runs, and she's involved with 350 children doing community work each and every weekend. And Sherry, we congratulate you for your services for Brooks and the County of Newell, and we are very proud of you. If you could come up and accept your award. This is Sherry right here. This is where you're supposed to put the dress on and the coconuts. Unfortunately, Sherry could not be here tonight, but we do.
Maybe Molly will receive one handgraph, I think.
Would you be honored to receive it, Molly? Or?
Sherry's a wonderful lady.
There you go.
I wish I looked as good as she does.
Yeah, you look at it.
Oh. And you're a smooth-talking devil. Thanks, Ahmed, and I will definitely give this to Sherry.
We now know who your girlfriend is, Ahmed.
No, I was here.
Selbstmontiert.